Okay, so today we're going to find out if YouTube is worth watching in VR. We're going to find out if it's better than watching on your phone, on your computer, on your tablet. How good is this experience in comparison to the other formats that you can watch YouTube in? To start, we're really going to talk about weight distribution of the headset and comfort level. When you get into VR for the first time, the number one thing you're going to notice is for sure the weight. The weight of the Quest 3 or the Vision Pro can end up putting a lot of discomfort on the front of your face. A lot of people get separate head straps. This is the stock one that comes with the Quest 3, but I wouldn't recommend sticking with this one if you're going to be watching long form content. A lot of time when you're watching content that isn't just, a 5 or 10 minute video, it'll probably be laying down with your head back on something, which makes it a lot easier. Kind of takes the weight off the front of your face right here. But a lot of people are going to realize how tough that this weight distribution can be, and how uncomfortable that can be watching long form content. So keep that in mind. You're going to have that discomfort at first or in some specific situations, depending on how you're watching it or where you're watching it. But a lot of this video is really going to be about the user interface of YouTube, whether or not the app on VR and its capabilities outperform and outshine those of having it on your phone or on your computer or something like that. If you're considering buying a Quest and you want to know if it's worth it for entertainment purposes, this can be a really good video for you as well. So let's jump into it. Okay, so here we are in the Quest. I've got my little menu up right here. Everybody has the controllers, of course, but personally, I prefer the hand tracking that comes with the Quest. I think that the hand tracking, although it's not phenomenal, it's not perfect, it works well enough for the job that I want to get done for the most part. So we're going to start by opening up YouTube. So the first thing you'll notice is that when YouTube is opened, it immediately throws you into immersive. So immersive is this area in which you are going to be in a completely made up environment that YouTube has made rather than in your pass-through world. So you can change these environments by going to none, light, dark, and then automatic, which will lead to whatever your systems are set to automatically, which I prefer to have as none. So the first thing we'll get into is kind of the recommendations page and what this looks like for most people. So on the home, you're going to have your recommended group right here. And then what they've decided to do is group these into different categories. So gaming, past searches, things like stock market is a random category, listen again, startup company, science. This is the first issue I really have with YouTube in VR, is that the recommendations page really sucks. What I really want is a recommended tab that just shows everything like it does on every other platform, and then I want a little refresh button to be able to get a new set of recommendations. I don't really like that YouTube tries to come up with these groups of things like stock market or startup company, because generally these groups don't really make sense. I mean, sure, these have something to do with the stock market, but it's not that relevant to what I'm really interested in. That literally has 93 views. So of course, my first recommendation is to focus on making the recommendations better, setting it to the regular recommendations page. I don't know why they tried to do something special here. Next, we'll go into 360 videos, which I think is great. I think it's really good that they have these available right here on the main page. But of course, one of the big issues you'll see again is that it gets randomly grouped into these things where I think it should just be one huge recommendation list. They have shorts, which I don't see how this is a better experience. The weight's heavy, the video's really big. It's a lot harder to focus on each individual thing, with not the most intuitive clicking down and up arrows. They have their subscriptions tab, of course, which is based on most recently uploaded. So if you use your subscriptions tab, this could be very beneficial. And then they have movies available as well, which I think is a great opportunity. And I think this is really going to be what the future of VR looks like. I think that in VR in the future, entertainment's going to be a really big category, and being able to watch YouTubes and movies and TV shows and stuff like that is going to be really important. So once we get into a actual video, we'll hop onto my homepage and watch some, let's see what we want to watch. An old video of Mr. Beast, why not? Okay, so when you're in YouTube VR, in Immersed, it's going to come up with this movie-sized screen in front of you, which you're able to pinch and drag to move close and far. So I like to keep it at a little bit of a middle distance. When you click on the screen, it'll show all the interactions that you can have with the video down at the bottom, fast forward, pause, next video, timeline, stuff like that. On the right, you've got your up next list of videos with auto play available. And then on the left, you have all the content from the video, the views, the likes, the subscribers. Good for him for getting to 250 million. That's awesome. Offline is available as well for download if you're a YouTube Premium subscriber, which I think is really cool that they enabled that for VR headsets. I think that that's an aspect that's going to be really, really fun to use in the future. And then comments. So my second recommendation and kind of pain point with watching YouTube in VR is that I'm not able to really look at comments or new videos while also watching the video. It kind of blurs it out, dims it out, and it's kind of harder to pay attention. I would prefer if they had a little menu right here, kind of where your hands sit, and that is just a little bit more movable, interactable, and I can type here while still looking up. I think that's going to be a much better experience overall for the user. So now that we've gotten to take a look at the immersive viewing experience in VR, let's go ahead and pop into Passthrough. So it says watch in panel, which creates this little panel right here for you to use. So this first panel is 2D, it's close view. We'll go into the ability to switch distance soon. But this is very similar to immersive, but simply on a 2D panel like this. So you're able to view everything here by clicking on the title of the video, touching to scroll and things like that. Comments are available there as well. And then generally, you're also going to be able to go here and watch some videos as well. I'm not certain if you're able to look for new videos while you're in. Oh wait, it's got to be that. Yeah, there we go. So now you're able to also watch videos while you're scrolling for new videos, which I think is content. I think that's a part of the user interface that's really important for YouTube to keep users really hooked in with longer sessions. But everything's basically the same home tab, 360, subscriptions, movies. They don't have the shorts available here for some reason, but that doesn't really bother me. So next we're going to go into switching distance. This is what I think is the most important part of Passthrough and watching it in this format, is being able to move its distance like this. So this allows you to move the entire thing with the menu available like this by pinching that bottom area. You can also move just the window screen. You can either make it much closer to your screen or blow up and be bigger. Try to center that. Once it's in this switch view distance, you're also able to, having some issues lining this up properly. This is a lot of user interface issues that you'll see pretty consistently when you're working in VR nowadays. You're able to resize this window and once you've switched your view to be distant, and then you can really blow it up for that pass-through experience, which is, I think this is a great opportunity for people. I think when you're laying in bed with your head back on your pillow, I think being able to watch something like this is absolutely great. So after this, that's kind of all that Passthrough has really got to show for it in comparison to immersive. Passthrough is very similar viewing experience to immersive, but just being able to sit in your natural environment, which I think a lot more people are going to be a fan of. I think that people are really going to want the interactability of being in their real world while watching content like this. So I think this is a great opportunity for you to keep pursuing. Finally, the last way to watch YouTube in VR is actually not in the YouTube VR app, but is in the browser. So this is a very interesting way to watch YouTube. I think that this is the best way to really search for content on YouTube because it is the exact same interface as what a normal web browser would see on your computer. So because of that, you're going to have the same tabs on the left, the same amazing recommended tab that I am a big fan of. I really like how it clumps everything together and you're able to refresh the page if you want to see more content. The scrollability is also a lot easier. I would say you can kind of scroll out of the window. You can hit refresh and get a new set of videos like this. And I think that's a great opportunity for YouTube to really implement into the YouTube VR app. You're able to resize the window, of course, when you're in this, making it quite large, larger than you could actually get with the YouTube VR app, so I think that's very interesting. The browser can be resized in many, many ways. And then when you go into a video, let me make sure that's muted. Yeah, you're going to get the same exact viewing experience like you get from a normal computer browser, like I've mentioned before. Comments down below, you're not able to really watch the video and look at comments at the same time. And then just like in Passthrough, we can go into a kind of wider format screen like this, which I think is pretty awesome. It doesn't get quite as big or as much maneuverability as the YouTube VR app has. So I would say that for them to really optimize and really set the standard of what the best way to watch YouTube in VR is, I think they're going to really have to implement some of the browsing experience. They're going to really have to improve the recommendation tab on the YouTube VR app to make it a lot easier for most people to use. I really think that is what people are going to care about most. So yeah, as long as they really improve the recommendations tab on the YouTube VR app, I think that this experience is going to keep improving as the hardware keeps getting better as well. So I'm really excited with where YouTube is today. Overall, I would say that this is a better experience than what we're really getting in a lot of other places. like on your phone or computer, as long as you're in a comfortable place with your head where the weight of the headset is not going to really impair the comfort that you're experiencing while watching videos. I think that really being able to sit down, watch a video, and relax with your head back on a giant movie screen in bed is going to be a great experience for a lot of people. So yeah, I hope you guys like this little rundown review of YouTube and VR. If you guys want me to review any other apps, leave a comment down below. See ya.